on.
Okay, so I've decided that this table is going to be the paint table. I scratched it when we brought the metal cabinets home that I wound up putting in there. We scratched it. So
Great big gouge.
and it's in the wood. It's in the blacksmith shop. It's a good place to paint. Hopefully, hey, assholes, we're open for business.
Yes. Yes.
This is a good place to come and chillax and enjoy all this stuff that I have busted my ass to build. Pay a little bit of money and stay and create. You want to paint someplace you don't want to have to worry about getting paint on the table? I'm building that right now. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to paint the bottom first.
And you said you had to stir this all up,
Okay,
right?
you have to stir. Okay, polyurethane has to be stirred. Can't be shaken. Okay, it has to be stirred. And you have to stir it, especially when it's got a stain in it, you have to stir it frequently while you're using it too. Okay, so the first thing you put a light coat on, and you're like, why are you going to do the runners? It's just going to come off. It won't come off for any time soon, and it'll protect the runners. So I want to do the runners first. Chair like this is a bitch to paint, by the way, because there's all these little cubbies and things.
Pieces,
and you have
parts,
to paint even the part. Like, I'm not painting the underneath side, but I have to paint the inside because it can be seen.
Yes.
Oh, am I getting stain everywhere? Oh, well.
That's what a paint table's for.
That's what the paint table's for, people. See, imagine you can come here with your art, stay in our beautiful, hell, you could stay in the treehouse if you wanted.
That's right.
You could come, stay, follow me around, watch me work. I don't give a shit. But you're going to have to follow me around and watch me work because I don't do said. Like most addicts, okay, last night I sent Lynn to the house, told her I was quitting. So I sent Lynn to the house because I said I wasn't going to work anymore. But like most addicts, the minute she wasn't working, I just kept, wasn't watching. I just went right back.
Well, you found that piece of wood and decided, oh
Yeah,
my
I found
goodness.
that piece of wood and I'm like, oh, that'd work. Let's see if that works. And
So she put that one arm on after I left.
put the arm on after
Yeah.
she left.
That wasn't my fault. I was here till you sent me home.
I know, because I was, like I said, I was going to quit. Like most addicts, you should know that. Like most addicts.
Well, I did tell Mom when I got there. I said, she says she's coming right behind me, but we know how that works.
I have a problem. At any rate, yeah, that's...
So we're not going to watch you paint the whole thing, right?
No,
Okay.
why would you? Okay, it's one light coat. Oh, you know what? For a minute, though, I want to tell them, okay, so what do we have to offer? We have a 3-bedroom venue right there, plus the tree house. If you want to know our rates, call us.
Yep, or check out. No, it's not on Castle. The rates aren't on Castle Farms.
No, but no, because it's like if you're a friend of ours, yes, that's the kind of assholes we are. If we know you, we give you a discount. Because we assume that the people we know aren't going to trash shit out, and that they're not going to abuse the privilege and eat more and shit like that. Okay, I usually feed everybody breakfast.
Yes,
There's a kitchen. If you wanna
home-cooked
use the
country
kitchen,
breakfast.
You can use the kitchen. Yeah, farm fresh breakfast. You know, you guys been seeing me milk these goats and get
There's
the recipe.
Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi. There's Fire Stick TV.
There's Fire Stick. In the treehouse, there's Fire Stick TV.
Yes, and in the living room
and
of the
in
venue.
the living room in the
and-
venue, and
and
in the big room in the
big
venue.
room.
There's TVs and DVD players in every room in the venue. And a selection of movies that you can watch for free. So if you're going through and need a place to stay,
Or
why
if you,
not stay with us? We're cheaper than a hotel.
or if you want to have a small group gathering
Or if you
or
want to have
something.
a small group gathering, you want to have a writer's workshop or an artist workshop, or you just are tired of the freaking city or being in your house, in your space, and you just want to be in a different space.
Well, and you
someplace where everywhere you look, there's something to see, and you just want to come and create. This is a perfect place for that.
Well, and I don't think everyone knows that you can officiate weddings. So
I can officiate weddings.
And we've had weddings here, and I make wedding cakes, and yeah.
Yeah, we do all kinds of
and
stuff.
we do birthdays and all kinds of stuff.
And now that the pandemic is at least manageable, we are open to vaccinated people. Or people that have a damn good reason not to be vaccinated.
Right.
But it better be a good one. It better not be a made up off the web one. You know, one of those new, I have a bone in my leg, I can't get a vaccination. That's why I'm not vaccinated. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, we're open. Who don't we want? Fucking Trumpers.
Yeah.
I don't want them in my space. So that's why we're not, that's one of the many reasons we're not going back on Airbnb. Because, as stupid as it may sound to you, because why wouldn't I just take their money? I don't want them in my space. I don't want people that I can't trust in my space.
Nope.
And people that'll tell the, you know, have you guys ever seen the Sound of Music? I tend to grade everybody these days by, would I trust them not to tell the Nazis I'm hiding in the church?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now, I painted those, and I'm going to let them dry, which means that I'm just going to paint one side of this.
Because you have to let it dry and then flip it.
Yes, and then flip it and do the other side.
And then you said you're doing a light coat now, and then you sand it again?
Do 2 light coats. And in fact, the second coat you do won't take as much poly, which is good because I'm going to use this entire can probably on this project. And here's the thing, people. Used to be the paint was the cheapest part of a project.
Not so anymore.
I don't really have any money in any of this. This was one of my fins that, as you saw, if you watched me saw it, was broken in the middle.
Right.
So I couldn't have used it as whole. So this was a fin that, on top of being a fin, was junk. And parts of a palette. I just like to slap myself in the face periodically to remind myself, yeah, that I'm alive. That's how I know I'm alive. I slap myself in the face. But anyway, what was I saying? It must have been a fucking lie.
You were talking about tooth light coats.
Okay, you put 2 light. You're going to put 1 coat on now. The first coat, even though you're putting on a light coat, sucks up 3 times as much paint, poly. But, I know what I was saying. Used to be paint was the cheapest part of a project. Like I was saying before, that mosquito decided to fly up in my face, try to suck my fucking blood. Die, you bastard, die. Anyway, I didn't really have any money in this. Lots of time, lots of elbow grease, no actual money. But I was out of polyurethane and I didn't have any that had stain in it. That little can of stain that you're looking at would have cost me maybe $2 to $5, is now $11. So, yeah. And I've got this chair sold if the guy decides he doesn't just hate it. And why would he? Because it's fucking beautiful. But I've got this chair sold for $50. So, you know, that's the thing about people. Everybody wants to know why I don't build furniture and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Because nobody ever wants to pay you for it.
No.
I mean, that's a good price. I mean, I wouldn't pay that much for a kid's chair, $50. But when you think the amount of work that went into it.
Not only that, if you'd had to buy those materials, you couldn't have bought them, obviously.
There's no way. If I had to buy all the
stain
materials
cost
for
$11.
this chair, well, especially if I bought the materials that were in the original chair.
Yeah.
You know, which would be his only reason for not wanting it, because he wanted something a little bit more tailored and shit. But we'll see. No skin off my nose one way or the other. That's what I get for not saying no when somebody asks me to do something. You know. Could you do one of those? Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know. It's not my forte, but I could try. Yeah, that's who I am. But at any rate, to get back to why you're not spending money at Castle Farms. So here's the thing, people. Obviously, this is not going to make me any money. And I have a B&B and an event place that has been closed till now.
Mm-hmm.
I have been hemorrhaging money, people. Nobody's buying fucking books.
Nope.
And, you know, it's just a lot of, so, yeah, it's about time I start making money again. I'm trying to get the drips off the bottom side that I can't see, because if I don't, I will have to sand those off before
Yes.
I can do another coat. Well, before I can do the coat on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't this make you feel good that you could paint on this table and not have to worry about spilling? I mean, we're gonna
Great
do spill
ventilation. I
on
mean,
my
it's
wall. Oh, and
it's
there's great
open in the back
ventilation.
and it's open in the front, and
Yeah.
yeah.
There's great ventilation. You're not going to choke. Now what? Somebody will asphyxiate themselves and be like, Selina said we wouldn't asphyxiate, but she was wrong. That's why you have to sign a fucking waiver when you come here, because I ain't eating nobody's bullshit. Oh, now I'm dead and it's your fault. No, it's your fault. Oh. It's your fault. If you do something stupid and you die, it's your fault. Quit looking for somebody to blame it on. The whole nobody told me. No, nobody told me not to put hot coffee in my lap.
Oh
It's like,
gosh.
really? Because you didn't know that already? Alright, so I've got this just about done.
That the back piece, the lower back piece
Has not been done.
on the bottom, what I can see, the thin
No,
side
that's how much it's soaked up.
of no, honey, on the underneath part that I'm
Oh,
looking
the
directly
underneath
at, the thin part.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
So we've been watching a really good show too, so we should plug other people's shows. We've been watching a really good show. It's on Hulu. Hulu's got it. Reservation Dogs.
Oh yes.
If you haven't been watching that one, you might want to check it out. If you like humor and you're not afraid to know the truth of how everybody treats everybody else.
Yeah.
And if you really want to know what it's like to live in our neck of the woods, because that's about the reservation, but everything that's happening to them is the same thing we deal with all the time here, especially the conversations that the rich Texas ranchers have.
Yes.
It's like that's the same shit we hear every time we walk in a restaurant, every time you go anywhere and there's people sitting at the next table, they're talking shit the whole fucking time.
It's a, what do you call them? Dramedies?
Yeah, they're drama. It's a dramedy. I
Right,
actually
right.
like a dramedy, a good dramedy, and these are well done. They're well written. The actors are spot on. It tackles really serious things, but it is hysterical. So check it out, Reservation Dogs. Until next time, I'll be seeing you probably when this project's finished.